Okay, before getting into the video, I don't want anyone to go harass anybody I talk about in these videos. I feel like that doesn't need to be said, but I like to just clarify it anyway, just in case. Because I think it's childish to go hunt people down and stuff like that over opinions on video games, but, you know, just clarifying. Alright, we can get into it now.
Can I ask a question without being cancelled?
No, you cannot.
Can we actually discuss the idea of Starfield and how nobody's talking about it?
Nobody's talking about Starfield? Dude, every day I get on social media, I see somebody talking about it, and it trends all the time on Twitter. But, you know, it just, nobody's talking about it because Dreamcastguy said so. Also, you're literally making a video talking about Starfield as you say this.
If you look, it's never trending on social media. There's no viral posts about how good the game looks.
Where are you getting this information from? Oh, wait.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the f*** up.
And to be honest, I'm very confused by this because this is the latest game by Bethesda.
No shit.
I am a massive Bethesda fan, just like the rest of the world. I love Fallout. I love Elder Scrolls. I mean, obviously I have stuff like the Complete Edition. I've done 7 playthroughs of Skyrim.
Bro, this guy did 7 playthroughs of Skyrim? Bro, I'm still on my first one.
The first videos I ever uploaded to this YouTube channel were Let's Plays of Skyrim 11 years ago. And it feels like there is just zero conversation anywhere online that I've witnessed about Starfield. But let's talk about that. What's up, gamers? Dreamcastguy here, and this is going to be a short and sweet discussion of the idea of Starfield and whether or not it's going to flop.
The only way I can see this game flopping is if it comes out like Redfall, which I highly doubt is gonna happen. But if I'm wrong, I will eat my hat. I will pour ketchup all over my hat and fucking eat it if I'm wrong.
Because as much as there is some negativity around this game, I'm sure that Microsoft is still going to consider it a success, even if it only sells like 100,000 copies.
I have a feeling it's gonna sell a lot more than 100,000 copies, and even then, even if it only did sell 100,000 copies, it's definitely gonna get a lot of people to check out Game Pass.
Gamepad, Lucas! Gamepad, Lucas! Xbox got Gamepad, Lucas!
Before we get into that though, let's quickly thank the sponsor of this video,
Sony.
Stick with Factor. Now the inspiration for this entire topic, this rant of sorts, is this
It's easy clicks.
tweet I saw from Legacy Killer HD about the fact that Skyrim is releasing in now technically less than 1 month.
I think you meant to say Starfield, not Skyrim, but whatever, everyone makes mistakes sometimes.
And it's kind of confusing to me because once I saw this tweet, I completely forgot that Starfield is about to come out.
I mean, is anybody really surprised? You don't really care about any games that aren't on your favorite piece of plastic. Although, out of all the fanboys I cover on the channel, you're probably the least toxic, so I'll give you that.
It is insane to me because this is maybe the biggest Xbox game ever. Like, it feels like a lot is riding on this because it's been so long since there's been a good Xbox game.
I mean, there's been a few. Hi-Fi Rush, Deathloop. We had the Halo Infinite's campaign I really liked. The multiplayer kind of flopped, but...
Like, we had Hi-Fi Rush, a good, like, AA title, but before that, literally, I'm racking my brain. What is the last Xbox game that got high review scores and wasn't just Forza?
So apparently now, Forza is just not valid.
I'm legitimately trying to think. I legitimately can't think of anything, and that's not being a hater. I think about it, I'm a games journalist.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I think about it, I'm a games journalist. I play games all day long. I mean, I'm constantly staying up till like 2 a.m. playing freaking Path of Exile and Diablo. And Diablo is now technically an Xbox game, right? Well, it will be soon once the Activision deal is done. But what's interesting is that a lot of the replies to this are just so negative. This one's positive. I'm quitting my job so I can dedicate my life to Starfield. So obviously a bit of a memer, but that's definitely some good positivity.
Homie's about to quit his fucking job over Starfield, bruh.
The graphics, gameplay, and combat look awful, horrible, and terrible.
Oh yeah, and by the way, all three of those words mean the exact same fucking thing.
And 30 frames a second. Obviously, the 30 FPS conversation is still persisting. The fact that it's 30 FPS on consoles, and now we know it will only be 30 FPS forever. The developers have said there is no way to patch it, that it'll be 60 FPS on, PC, so I'm playing it on PC. I'm definitely playing it on PC Game Pass, and I am reviewing Starfield.
Wait, really? More free content for the channel?
Just throwing that out there. But a lot of people saying, I'm excited and curious that it'll be good, great, or bad, but I'm definitely not hyped at all. I see this sentiment repeated constantly.
By who? Neanderthals on Twitter?
He reports from a place of heart. He cares about the stories he digs up. But he said this: if the game was multi-platform, everyone would be hyped and excited. Because it's an Xbox exclusive, the usual suspects are making up BS to this word right here. I had to look it up. It's basically they're saying they're trying to create fear, uncertainty, and despair. Basically, they're trying to make sure that it's a negative story at all times.
I mean, most people I see talking about Starfield are talking pretty positively about it.
Now, what's interesting is that I'm not even seeing that. I'm not even seeing hate posts about Starfield.
Oh dude, the rest of us see it from time to time. Just go to like the PlayStation fanboy Twitter accounts and you'll find a goldmine of AIDS comments and shit about it.
I don't see anybody talking about Starfield at all.
Nobody's talking about the game, yet you just uploaded a video talking about it.
And to me, that's the insanity of it. Like, even actually just look at the fact that, okay, so here's the official gameplay trailer. It came out 1 month ago. It has 2 million views.
But I thought nobody was talking about it, dude.
Here's the Spider-Man 2 trailer that came out 13 days ago and has 12 million views.
That's because Spider-Man has been around for like over 30 years. And Starfield is something brand new. Crazy concept, I know.
The gameplay reveal has 14 million views. This is just crazy. The amount of hype for Spider-Man compared to Starfield. Now, obviously, that's not a very fair comparison. Starfield is a very tiny brand compared to the massiveness of Spider-Man.
Well, at least he acknowledged it.
Debatably the biggest Marvel character of all time. But it is weird that even recently, they released all these like little Starfield shorts. They have them over here on the right side here. These are like these little tiny, I'm gonna click through it here. They're these little short 2-minute cutscene things that kind of set the mood for what Starfield is gonna be like. But here's the weirdness. As great as this stuff is, even this has almost no views.
The reason why it doesn't get as many views is because YouTube does not push short content as much as they do long content. Not only that, but a lot of people really don't care about cutscenes, to be honest. A lot of people are just in it for the gameplay.
Here, but Final Fantasy XVI, which obviously is made by Square Enix, a third-party studio, they went gold 3 months before release.
Of course, he compares it to a PlayStation game. Who would have thought?
It is a bit weird to me. Gamescom is coming up here in Germany in a couple weeks, and it's basically like European E3. A lot of game companies are coming out to say, hey, here's what's next and great and big from us. And Xbox officially said there will not be any sort of demo at all for Starfield.
I think this is a bit confusing, and I don't know if they're going to end up delaying the game or something, but I don't think that means that nobody is talking about Starfield.
And people are kind of discussing that because, to me, it's not about the fact that there isn't a floor demo, because let's face it, Bethesda games, in my opinion, don't demo well. It is about sitting down and playing it for 80 hours, 100 hours, making your own character, throwing cheese sandwiches at people. That's part of the Bethesda fun. So the idea of it not having a demo isn't too shocking.
I don't think they did demos for many of the other games either, but I mean, y'all are free to correct me down in the comment section if I'm wrong about this. I don't ever remember Bethesda doing demos. I could be completely wrong about this, by the way.
Excitement. And I'm confused by it. Something I said on Twitter that some people were kind of upset about it. You know, the usual Xbox people were raging at me.
Yep, that's right. All the people who are mad at you are just flaming fanboys.
Is I said, Microsoft should be pushing this. Across the board, Microsoft should be screaming from the rooftops about Starfield.
I mean, I feel like there's already a lot of excitement for the game, so if Microsoft goes out and starts screaming like a banshee to, you know, promote the game, it's not really gonna do anything. Like, who cares, dude? Like, people are already excited, they're waiting for the release. And that's the thing, they're not even talking about the game and people are still excited for it.
If it's good, let's talk about it. Show it off. Do big teases. Do celebrity engagements. Do an early live stream with freaking big, huge sports people and stuff so you actually get those normies' attention to it.
Nah, that celebrity shit is cringy as hell in video games when people go out and get like fucking Nicki Minaj in Call of Duty. Like, dude, that shit is so corny. Like, just show off the game normally if you're gonna do it.
If it's great, sell some Xboxes. Boost your Game Pass subscription numbers. Shout it from the freaking rooftops. Sony isn't afraid to do that. Nintendo's not afraid to do that. Third-party studios aren't afraid to do that. Rockstar Games isn't afraid to do that. Like,
well, I mean, Rockstar are currently getting fucking crucified for releasing a shitty Red Dead port.
everybody else, Ubisoft, freaking Quantic Dream, every other studio, when they have a good game, will tell you. They will show you. They will just straight up say, hey, here is the game of the year.
For some reason, I just don't buy Ubisoft getting Game of the Year. I don't know, dude. Oh yeah, and I had a video made about the whole Ubisoft taking away your games when you've already bought them, but unfortunately I lost the file, so yeah, rest in peace to that video.
But there's nothing from Xbox. Why? That's all I'm doing. I'm just asking questions. Don't get too mad down in the comment section.
At the end of the day, I think the game is gonna sell well. I think a lot of people are excited for it. I do think it is kinda odd that they're not talking about it as much as they could be, but we'll have to wait and see. If the game comes out and it sucks, I will gladly eat my words on this. Peace.